Peace, family. It's Ahmad Wazir. Hope everybody's having a good day. Just coming off a run, man, and usually, man, when I come off a run, I'm inspired. So I want to start this quick video from a quote that I believe Eleanor Roosevelt said, and that is, nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. And a lot of us walk around with inferiority complexes. I know for myself, man, I didn't realize how I had such an inferiority complex, man, where I would totally like dumb myself down and just make myself, not even just dumb myself down, but just make myself feel so small in the presence of other people, especially if they had like a strong personality, you know what I'm saying? And I would, praise and big up other people. And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with seeing the God in another person, seeing that divinity, which is in all of us, and celebrating the gifts of another person. But we should never do it at the expense of our own self-worth and our own dignity and everything. There's a way to do both. I could give you your props, especially if you're great at something, without diminishing mine, without walking around feeling inferior. And a lot of us, man, had our confidence broke as children. We didn't grow up in households that watered the confidence and everything. We got picked on, or school. I mean, it's a cruel world, right? So, a lot of us were broken early on. But, to keep saying that and we're adults now, okay, that's the problem. Well, where's the solution? And the solution is, man, like finding value in ourselves, like developing ourselves, like seeing who you really are. We easily get lost in the greatness of other people. We worship celebrities. We worship people in authority, and we worship everybody but ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Not that we should worship ourselves, but we put these people on pedestals. But when you come to find out, that same greatness that you see in somebody else is in you, but they're manifesting it. And they might be confident, and they might have tapped into that greatness. And so we automatically deify these people, but they're flawed people just like you and I. It's just that they found a lane to exercise their greatness. And so, my message to you today is, never diminish who you are. If you got self-esteem issues and all that, like, I'm just breaking out of that, man. Like, I didn't realize how I had such an inferiority complex. And when I started really working on myself, and I'm going through different phases, man, when you start really working on yourself, you go through different phases, man, where you're acting in a way that you didn't really understand. Like I used to joke and say, one of my favorite movies by Jim Carrey is Liar, Liar. And, he, in that movie, his son made a birthday wish that his father would have to tell the truth no matter what. And Jim Carrey, everywhere he went in that movie, he had to say exactly what was on his mind, and it got him in trouble, but it was also great power in that. And the message in the movie was the power of telling the truth, right? Well, I never was a compulsive liar, but I was such a passive person that just diminished myself and made myself feel small in the presence of other people. And I had little brother syndrome. I'm the youngest child. And and my siblings and my parents, they all had big, strong personalities. And me being the youngest, I learned how to hide and kind of tune my shit down a little bit so I don't, make too much noise and everything, man. But, those things that were survival for me, man, I'm a grown man now, walking around, tuning my stuff down and, tiptoeing around people's egos and all that, man. And when I really started working on myself, and this is only like really recently. I've been working on myself for a long time, but only like recently I really see, like, man, I just really make myself small in the presence of other people with strong personalities. I look at them like they have something that I don't have, man. And it's nothing wrong, again, with, man, celebrating the greatness of somebody, but never at the expense of yourself. And so, man, I just recently, man, and, I'm going through different phases with it, because when you come into a realization of something in life, sometimes your response can be almost a little extreme, right? You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like something's coming over me now where I'm just like, man, anybody who does that, it's not their fault. It's my fault for making myself feel small. But it's like that response, like, man, F you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not the right response either. But, I say that to say, like, you are made in the image and likeness of God. I'm not here to push religion or my beliefs on nobody. However you need to frame that, you're not inferior to anyone. A lot of us get sucked into unhealthy relationships is because we think so little of ourselves when somebody starts showering any type of attention on us. And I don't care if it's a romantic relationship, if it's a friendship, if you connect with an authority figure and you feel so inferior and that somebody is showering some attention on you that you just completely surrender and like you don't have any value. You just completely push yourself down to get that feeling, that dopamine hit, that adrenaline rush of somebody recognizing you and just as though you're so unworthy to be in the presence of somebody, man. Like, yo, that is like the most, poisonous thinking, man, the most self-defeating thinking. And so, man, I've recently, man, been just kind of tapping into, that part of myself, man, where like, man, I don't have to walk around eggshells and tiptoe around people and egos and all that. Like, I'm learning my value. I'm learning who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I salute everybody and I bow to everybody, not as they are the God, the supreme being, but I bow to the God that's in everybody. But at the same time, I'm not pushing my divinity down either, because that was a defense mechanism that I needed or I used to survive as a child. But I'm I'm 40 some years old now. So, but we walking around with these outdated inferiority complexes, walking around looking for validation, we so everything we do, our car, we buy a car looking for validation. Ain't nothing wrong with having a nice car, but looking for validation. Everything we dress, we're looking for validation. We got to say the right thing. And, we get around somebody that has some kind of fame or some kind of authority and everything. And all of a sudden we start bowing and genuflecting and all that, man. Like, nah, man, be who you are. Be yourself. Show respect, but don't mush yourself down and make yourself feel inferior, for some damn favor, man. Like, yo, that is so whack, and I made myself so small over the years, man. I did this, man. And now I'm tapping into like, yo, people have always said great things about me. You know what I'm saying? Ahmad, you this and that, but I wouldn't receive it, But it's like, man, of course, in Islam, we say, when somebody praises us, we say all praise is due to Allah. Meaning, anything that you see that is of me that's good is from God. You know what I mean? And we give the praise to God, but God reflects himself through us. So when you're manifesting that greatness, you're bearing witness to the God, not just in word, but in deed. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we're all great at something, man. We're all made in the image and likeness of God. It's just some of us are able to tap into it. Some of us believe in ourselves, and some of us are sitting back waiting for somebody else to assign value to us. Man, if you always sit back and wait for somebody to assign value to you, suppose they never do. Some people that you look up to, their ego, they so damn ego-starved and egotistical and narcissistic that they'll just string you along and all of that and just breadcrumb you praise and all that just to keep you following them around. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, put value on yourself. You're looking at somebody that's made in the image of God just like you are. Don't diminish who you are to gain favor from anybody, man. Give respect, give honor, give praise, where it is needed, but not at the expense of your own dignity. If I gotta push my divinity down, if I gotta push the greatness that God put in me down to gain some favor for somebody, man, screw you. I don't need that. You know what I mean? I know my worth. I know my value. I'm learning my value. I'm learning my worth. I'm learning who I am, and I like who I am now. You know, so I don't have to tiptoe around nobody and, you know, dumb myself down and stroke people's egos. Man, that shit is whack. You know what I'm saying? So assign value to yourself, man. Find out who you are. Tap into your divinity. Who are you? What value do you have? What are your gifts? What are your talents? But we're always looking externally at somebody else. Looking for somebody else to save us. Looking for somebody else to give us the praise and you know what I mean? And the greatness that we see in others is a reflection and a sign of the greatness that's in us. If you see somebody that you admire, you tap into and find out how they got that, but don't worship that person. That person went through a process. I was listening to Lil Baby on my song I was running today. It's a song with Lil Baby and the Baby. He said, I make it look easy, but it's the process. You know what I'm saying? Like those who are great, it was a process for them to get to where they are. Man, I hate these iPhone headphones, man. They are horrible. But anyway, yeah, man. So y'all have a good day. I love y'all. Just was inspired to do that, man. And I'll talk to you soon. Ahmad Wazir. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you like the channel, subscribe. And if you really, really like it, share it. Y'all take care. Peace.